It's okay to admit you got mixed up. These things happen, and it's never too late to at least try to make amends and be an agent of change in a mixed-up world. I have probably been wrong about more things than I've been right about. The size of this statistical sample is absolutely astronomical. Every day, we make literally millions of tiny subliminal decisions that we're not even aware of. That is how the human computer works. Just like any other computer, sometimes it suffers from logic errors, usually as a result of flawed input or bad programming. Most of us are affected by both, but not all of us realize how deeply our operating systems were corrupted. At the moment of birth, society installs software to match our hardware. Sometimes that operating software doesn't necessarily line up with the manufacturer BIOS version, and the computer will crash over and over until you can get the right versions to match. Sometimes the OS version is inherently corrupted because the master install disk was copied over and over and keeps getting passed around. Now it's full of flaws and bugs and needs to be patched and have its dependencies updated so that it can be integrated with more modern hardware and not be discarded as obsolete. In some cases, both can be true. It takes a lot of courage to admit you are wrong, a lot more than it takes to fight or argue about it. It takes absolutely zero courage to use money to crush the opinions of those who challenge you. If you get to a certain point in life and don't look back at some of the things you've said and done with remorse, you likely never will. Being stubborn and using your money and power to harm those that are weaker than you does not make you strong, nor does it make you a man. Society does not value predation the way it used to. We have evolved, and people will no longer tolerate the oppression of ideals of post-World War II propaganda that has compromised the values of the U.S. and ruined everything this once proud nation thought that it stood for. All the while, the populace has been being duped, and our people have been turned into veterans or casualties of corporate greed. It's okay to call it for what it is and admit that they confused you about nationalism and patriotism. It takes strength to admit you got mixed up and fell for a scam. We're all humans. At least you didn't realize you had gender roles forced on you that didn't really fit who you really were and have the challenge of trying to figure out the true expression of your authentic self outside of the construct of what the ruling class wants to categorize you as so that they can more easily commoditize your body. It's okay to change. We all need to change if we want to grow. It's never too late to make a difference. The greatest display of strength is supporting the empowerment of those less fortunate. There is no better way to celebrate freedom than by supporting those who live free of the fear of how the world might judge them. We can't just agree to disagree when marginalized communities are being harmed by malicious rhetoric that is designed to unite the masses by othering the few. It's up to you to stand up and say that you're not going to accept the lies and manipulation any longer. It's up to you to say, "I'm sorry. I got a little mixed up and I'm trying to get this all sorted out." It's even okay to ask for help understanding. Your friends and family are counting on you and they need your support. It may be just they, them that they are coming for now, but things like this always hit home eventually. Much love and support to everybody that's standing up and living their authentic life in these scary times. It takes true balls, whether or not you were born with them. Just existing is an act of resistance in the face of oppression. You are heard and seen, and that's why they're scared of us. Join the Resin Party Discord if you want to help us in our mission.